What do you do when you can't grow lettuce? It's either too cold or in my case, it's too hot. But yet you want something fresh to put in your salad and on your sandwiches, and you're trying to avoid buying more at the store. So what I do is I sprout seeds. They're simple to do and they take just a few days to be ready to use. So what you need are sprouting seeds. The ones I've got here are alfalfa, but check the resources below because there's companies that have a huge variety of them. So try and see what you like. You're going to need a glass jar, and you're going to need a lid for that jar that's going to let you drain water. So this is a set I bought from Sprout People, and it just screws on in place. And in fact, I got a set that has 3 different types of mesh that get progressively wider so that as the sprouts sprout and get bigger, it helps the water to drain out better. 1 tablespoon, and then I cover them with water. Make sure there's plenty of water in there, and then stir it around just to make sure everything gets wet really good. And now what you're going to do is let this sit 8, 10, 12 hours. Some sprouts take a little longer than others, but you're going to let it sit for a while, and then you're going to drain it. All right, so this is the next day, and some of the seeds are already starting to sprout a little bit. And then what you need to do every 12 hours, a couple times a day, is to rinse them. Put some water in and swirl it around, and then you want to drain it out. That's where a screen lid comes in handy. And then what I like to do is set it up in my dish drainer to drain. All right, day 3, and they are really starting to sprout good. It's time for the morning rinse. I've got the larger screen on top, not the largest one, this is the middle one, but I think it'll help it drain better since they're getting so big. And then we'll come over. And then set it in there and let it drain out really good. All right, we are now on the 4th day. I did these Sunday. Today is Wednesday, and you can see there's still a few down here that haven't really done a lot of sprouting, but most of it's doing really good. Since I am doing this in December and it's cooler, it may take it an extra day. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse it again. Okay, it is now the 5th day since I put the seeds on the soak, and here are my sprouts. Again, this is just an alfalfa sprout blend. This was 1 tablespoon, and it has completely filled the jar. So depending on how often you use them, how big your family is, you may want to do a larger jar and put 2 or 3 tablespoons in. You can kind of experiment with that, but you're going to need to make sure you've got something to cover it. So if you're going to be doing a larger jar, you'll need to come up with a different way to cover it. But here are the sprouts. And now what I do is I get a container and I put them in there, and then put these in the refrigerator and grab them as needed. Much like lettuce or something, they're not going to keep forever. I find these keep a week and a half pretty well. So again, you may want to make a smaller batch to start with, learn what you like, and how often you eat them, and then you can know how much you should make at one time. that is a way to make sure that you have some fresh greens to eat no matter what the weather is outside, no matter what you can grow around you. Sprouts can be done on your kitchen counter and in less than a week.